Ready to learn about the 5 things that are going to impact your rental property value? After watching this video, you're going to learn about why these 5 things are so important and how they're going to impact not only the value of your property, but also the rents that you're getting. And it's all going to begin right after this. Hi everyone, I'm Josh Tavares, investor, realtor at the eXp Realty Brokerage. It'd be amazing if you can help us out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to get updates on our newly uploaded content. And if you're looking to invest in the US at a great price point, great cash flow, great appreciation, click the link below, let's book a call, and let's get started. And without further ado, everybody, let's begin. These 5 things can make the biggest impact into your rental property, even your personal residence, and essentially can impact, like I mentioned, the appreciation and everything involving your property can impact the tenant profile and so much. These 5 things need to be strongly considered when going about purchase any type of real estate at all. And it needs to be thought about thoroughly because it's going to impact the type of clientele that you're going to attract, which is also going to impact the appreciation, the equity, the amount of rents, and the amount of wealth that you're building in your portfolio. Number 1, let's get started with location. Location is one of the most important factors when deciding where to invest as an investor. It's really important when looking to invest in an area that has many different amenities such as schools, parks, transit, access to highways, and entertainment for people to enjoy in the area. Now, let's say you're looking to invest into a property that's going to essentially house a whole family and get higher rents. Well, essentially, you're not going to go into an area that's more for a singles, that's going to have a smaller property per se, let's say a 1-bedroom and a den condominium, and you're not going to look for areas that are going to be a lot more busy, that's going to be less family friendly. You're going to look more for perhaps suburban areas that have school nearby, other amenities for kids and family, that has the ability to have, of course, transportation to some sort of degree, whether it's public transit and also access to highways, because it's going to be really important for not only for families in terms of getting their kids to go from home to school or whatnot, or any types of after school programs, but also important for the families or for the parents to go from home or after daycare purposes or school to go from there to work. And that's why it's really important, because the audience that we're looking to rent to, we have to cater to those individuals. Because if we're looking to invest in an area that's not really where they're looking to move to, it's going to be a lot harder to attract those tenants. You'll be getting the opposite. Like as an example, if you're looking to invest for families but near a university or college, that can cause some sort of issues because there could be a lot of student housing on site that can cause a lot of frustration for the families growing up in the area next to those type of homes that have a lot of students who may want to party, not take care of the property, and cause disturbances perhaps for the families nearby. That's why it's very important when you're investing, you need to understand the area, you need to understand the elements, the amenities, and make sure that it makes sense with the segment that you're targeting. Like also with location, if you're gonna go cheap and trying to cut back on expenses, and you're gonna go to an area with a lower cost that may have a higher crime rate, higher poverty rate, guess what? Your rents are going to be lower, you're going to have more maintenance and wear and tear, and you're going to have a lot more renters coming through. Where if you're going to spend a little bit more money, go into a suburban area, have a larger home that's more compatible for a family, you're going to get families that are going to stay longer, take care of the property, pay decent rent, and have minimal concerns to deal with on that property. As an investor, this is ideally the sweet spot that we're looking for. We're not trying to get more maintenance, have high tenant turnover, and have more problems with a rental property that within a short period of time we'll be so frustrated that we'll just remove that property from our portfolio and just stop altogether. We want to continue investing, build our portfolio, create great housing for great tenants who deserve it, and be able to build wealth in the process. Number 2 is school location. Now, I've already mentioned schools a little bit here. However, it's really important that if you're looking to school areas, you want to go areas with a lot of access to elementary schools, high schools that are nearby, especially the ones that have better ratings, especially ones kind of closer towards private schools, are the ones that have a higher academic rating, which you can find in places like Fraser Institute. Properties near these institutions tend to attract tenants with higher income streams, perhaps like doctors, lawyers, accountants, and other high-paying fields, that will actually rent from this property and be able to stay there, take care of the property, and are willing to pay more than other individuals, of course, who won't be able to attain higher forms of rent. And that's why as an investor, it's really important to do your research and understand these type of areas. You always want to stay within a B to A area, but especially if you're going to go in some of these areas where there's really a lot of school options, you want to understand which ones essentially have the higher grade schoolings that certain families are willing to pay more to live in, so they have closer access to. This essentially can impact the amount of rents you're getting, help build your equity much sooner, and help you refinance at a much quicker rate because you're going to receive higher rents, higher income, lower maintenance that you can use however you feel. Number 3 is a really big one, and that's lot size. This is a big one because tenants want lot size that they can enjoy not only in the property, but outside as well. Tenants love properties that have a good backyard and a front yard and a good lot size in general that they can essentially enjoy. They want to have the ability to have barbecues with friends and family, have a nice space for the kids to play and run around, enjoy themselves. They want to have an area that they can kind of stay cozy in those fall months and have their coffee on a back patio deck. Like things like this, we need to consider as investors because these are the kind of things that tenants like as amenities, add-ons, that's going to help you drive higher rents because essentially you can say, hey, my property has this, and it's going to add more value into their overall experience of living in your property. Another important factor is that by having a large lot, if you're able to acquire one, is that you may have enough space to build a second property or tear down the existing home and build one large home or build multiple houses. There are many investors that are doing that now where they're purchasing multiple bungalows built about the 70s or 50s. And what they're doing is they're purchasing them side by side, they're tearing them down, and instead of having 2 homes on those properties, they're essentially building 4 homes on those properties, becoming mini developers, or they're building the 4 homes and they're renting them out to multiple tenants. This is a fantastic way to go about building your equity, have more properties, more income coming in, having more cash flow that you can use to build a better lifestyle for you and your family. Now, I will say it's very important that if you're going to go about this route, you need to go about getting permits, working with inspectors, having reputable contractors provide the work. But after it's all said and done, it's going to be very profitable for any investor. And by having a large lot, you can even build garages, garden homes, those type of things that you can add additional value for any tenants or even have additional forms of income, especially now with garage homes being or secondary home on site being now the new norm. You know, there are many different investors now who are purchasing property and using the garage as a way to generate income through renovation purposes and creating a secondary suite coming out of the garage. All in all, when it comes to having a large lot size, you want to be able to, of course, within your budget, purchase a property that has a good enough lot size that you can add value to it if ever need be. The next one on our list is a garage. And it's important to do so if you don't already have a large lot that you can go about doing so, because it provides additional value. Because by having a garage on site, you can ask for higher rents, you'll be able to get more value when you're ready to sell it, and there's multiple purposes. You can add electricity, you can add heating, and like I had mentioned already, you can essentially go about creating a secondary dwelling unit, which is in many cities now, especially here in Canada. I know it's starting to happen in the US as well. It's starting to become legal to do so you can have additional forms of income on existing properties. This is really, really valuable because it gives you the ability to generate more income. It gives you the ability to increase your value, increase the equity, a much quicker time frame that you'll be able to do and use within a quicker time frame to grow your portfolio. And also, a garage is really good too in the event that you have rental property that doesn't have a whole lot of space for tenants to enjoy. Essentially, they can use the garage as a form of storage if they're not already using it for their vehicles. Now, with our properties, we essentially like to have them detached, so if anything was to happen, it's not attached to the home. Like, for example, if there's some sort of a fire, electrical issue, it's not going to impact the house as it's going to be detached from the home. Next one on our list is a pretty easy one, is bedroom and bathroom count. Now, of course, the more bedrooms and baths and dens and all these other features, especially a finished basement, is going to add a massive amount of value. And of course, because the more value that we provide to our tenants, the more we can get back through rents by having more bedrooms. People will pay more money for having more access to bedrooms, bathrooms if need be. Like an example, when we began investing in St. Catharines, our first rental property, one of the units, was a 4-bedroom unit we were renting out for $1,400 because we had inherited the tenants. Now that same unit today could literally go for about $1,000 more within the last 4 years alone, which is crazy to see that type of increase in such a short period of time. So if our tenants were to leave today, we could literally up the rents about $400 or $500 and make a massive difference in terms of gross rents that we're receiving today. And we're also seeing 2 bedrooms now, which used to be about $1,200 a month, are now closer towards $1,700 a month. And it's really phenomenal about how much of an impact that's having. And by having more bedrooms, more baths, more amenities as such, it's going to make a larger impact in terms of how much you can rent, higher values, and give you a lot more room to play with when it comes to refinancing and, like I mentioned before, about building your portfolio and growing and scaling. And like I said before, it's really important to understand your audience, because if you're going to have a 2-bedroom unit and looking forward to have a family of 3 kids, it's going to be really, really difficult. Probably the 2-bedroom is going to be more for maybe a small family with 1 child, or a couple that want the secondary bedroom maybe for arts and crafts, for office purposes. So you want to understand your target market. If you're looking to rent to a family, you're probably going to want a larger home or a larger unit that's going to entertain all of them and have the tenants happy. But if you're looking for something along the lines of for maybe young professionals or couples, maybe a 1+ den, a 2-bedroom may work out really well. All about really understanding in the sense of marketing who we're targeting and what they're looking for, and essentially acquiring that. And if it doesn't already have the value that they're looking for, renovate it, add the additional value so they'll be able to enjoy it, pay higher rents, and everyone's happy. And the final one for today, it's going to be the condition of the property. Now, for anyone looking to rent, they're not going to want a home that looks dirty, looks kind of run down. They want something that's renovated, clean, in great shape. So essentially you want to have your homes renovated, whether you're buying these properties turnkey or you're actually buying them a little run down, they need just a little bit of cosmetic upgrade, and you're just fulfilling those upgrades to make the home seem really nice and comfortable for tenants. Tenants are looking for homes that are clean, modern, and in great shape that helps them feel like they're at home. That's why it's really important to have the little things stand out, because some tenants that are going to be top notch, they want to visualize themselves in the home. You want to have the home staged well. If the home isn't staged well, it becomes difficult for them to envision themselves living in the home, which means they may not feel the vibes that your home provides, which means they may go to another person down the road and rent with them. These are little things that can really impact getting great tenants that can get you to lose it to your neighbors down the street who are willing to impose those little changes, add a little bit of spice into the home to make it seem very appealing for tenants. I hope that video is super helpful, insightful, and gives you everything that you need to know about the best ways to give value into your rental properties. I'm Josh Tavares, investor and realtor with eXp Realty Brokerage. It'd be so great if you can help us out and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to get updates on our newly uploaded content. And if you're looking to invest in real estate with great cash flow, great appreciation at a low price point, click the link below. Let's book a call and let's partner together. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care.